Anomaly.
On early, man.
So
Let's get it started. Season finale, Anomaly, y'all. We are finally here. It's been a hell of a season though, and now we got a great NBA Finals ahead of us, tied 1-1 right now.
yeah, what you see in these first two games, man?
Man, game one is kind of what I expected. I had a feeling Denver was going to come out. I felt like they were hot, and definitely playing real good team basketball, getting everybody involved. I kind of felt like they were going to keep that hotness. Miami just got out of a long 7-game series that they shouldn't have been in. So, like, I kind of felt that they kind of took a little deep breath after game 7, like, whew, okay. So
Mm,
I kind of figured game one might be a little slow for them. But game two, I
mm,
think they followed the game plan that you and I have talked about many times before, which is making Joker just a pure scorer. Try to prevent him from getting the others involved. He had 4 assists last night. I think they did a great job of sticking to that game plan. I think I saw a
mm.
stat Denver's 0-3 when Joker scores more than 40 points.
Yeah, yeah, man. That game one, I seen Denver just really use their size, that big size advantage they got against Miami. You seen Aaron Gordon ducking in early, dunk, dunk. So, and you got Michael Porter who's 6'10", also getting in the paint and getting those rebounds. So game one, I think we've seen a lot of that, them just using their size purely, and
Yep.
then like how we spoke about, Joker getting guys involved, and that's one of the best offenses ever when you see a guy like that who's giving you 30, but everybody else is shooting shooting 40, 50 from three. So
Yeah.
uh, I think that, and I think they took notes on that in game two. They came out and they mixed it up. They threw a lot of zones in there, a zone here, a zone there. Got a little physical. Miami did, and Denver went on a run early, and they just, I think they
Weather
so
the storm.
consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just so consistent and stick to what they drew up, and it really worked out. Obviously, Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson stepping up and hitting, shooting the ball as they did helped a lot.
Yeah, I think like you talked about the size of Denver in game one, not only
Mm,
offensively, but even defensively, the size. I mean, Max Strus 0 for 9 from beyond the arc. Duncan Robinson struggled from three, same for Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry. I think the size defensively also played a big part. I mean, you got guys like Bruce Bowen with a long wingspan, Michael Porter Jr. These guys are getting out there and contesting shots, even though these are NBA players, but they're making tougher shots even more tough. With a
right.
6'10" hand stretched out you. I think Bruce Brown's got like a 7-foot wingspan or something crazy like that. So like I think all that stuff kind of played a part into it. Game one, like you said, game two, I think great adjustments by Miami. More minutes from Zeller and K Love. I
Mm,
think played a big part in game two. Like you said, Aaron Gordon was just in game one. I mean, it was just almost disrespectful. I know they want Jimmy to check him every play, but it's just like Aaron Gordon is like, I'm disrespected by you putting Jimmy Butler on me.
it's they kind of had to play him because the guards were just too small.
Yeah.
Um, but right now they're able to rotate, help each other out a little bit, and like you spoke about Kevin Love and Cody Zeller played, gave some good minutes, threw another body at him, and I think Kevin Love didn't play the first game. So it was big that he played the second game.
Huge, yeah. And big minutes from a vet like Kyle Lowry. That's what these older guys are here for. The whole season, up and down, whatever the case may be. But NBA Finals, that's when this 36-year-old Kevin Love and 36-year-old Kyle Lowry have to step up. And I think they did. Kevin Love had 10 rebounds last night.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement, and we alluded to it a little bit about how the vets in the NBA are kind of scarce now. They're like kicking all the vets out because
Yeah,
whatever they think a young dude is,
the youth
has more
movement.
upside. Got more upside, but like I think they're showing these vets are valuable. Like on paper, this Miami team probably shouldn't even be in the finals, but here they are, and that's on not just because Jimmy's averaging 50 points, is playing together and using everybody. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think a big question mark we may have though is the return of Tyler Hero. Does he return? You stole the game already. So,
You need
what's your
that.
thoughts on that?
You need Tyler Hero back bad. I mean, as soon as he can like touch the ball and be okay, he's back on the court. I mean, I'm not even worried if he can make 5 or 10 jumpers yet. Him being on the court, automatically the defense has to have a whole new respect. I mean, and there's no disrespect to Duncan, Max Struz, Highsmith. They're all fantastic players. So Martin as well. Stay hot. I love it. But you're not Tyler Hero. When Tyler Hero gets back on the court, I think automatically the court's going to open up a little bit more for Miami. Jimmy Butler might see less pressure. And until Tyler Hero proves that he can't shoot, I think they have the advantage. For me, as soon as he's able to get that thing back in the rim, I'm ready to get him back out there. Pause.
I think I'm gonna disagree. I think
Crazy.
I'm gonna disagree though. I think they got to the finals without him.
Yeah.
I think that that throws a lot of role players out of their rhythm. And we talked about this show is how much of it is just opportunities. Guys playing well, like their opportunity change. They might play a little worse, and I think he's like a contingency plan. If they go down 3-1, let's see what he got. I think that's because at this point you can't play with those guys. You've given confidence to and say, nah, my man's is back. I gotta throw him back in the rotation.
100%. That's 18 points sitting there. And it's not like Martin, you can't still get your 12 and 14 in there like you done the whole regular season. But yeah, we got 18 to 24 points sitting there ready to help us. Yeah, I can't down 3-1. That's almost unfair for Tyler Hero to get that pressure put on him. Hey, now we down 3-1. You ready to come shoot us back in it? Because now if he goes for 45, he goes for 40 or something, or 35 in game 6. Not a question. In game 5, not a question is, did Eric Spoelstra wait too long to put him back in the game? I think
that's their like in-house thing though. Like I just feel like throwing them in here now, like when we've already got to the finals, is it's gonna throw everybody out of rhythm. Now
but you
our
need
offense
him
looks
though.
different.
But it's
You might
proven
need that scoring.
I think against Denver is proven that you need Tyler Hero though. I think they're missing that secondary ball handler. Jimmy's definitely getting tired. I hate to say it because he's him, but he's definitely showing that he's a human at the moment. His legs ain't really. He just got another 7-game series, so he could use a Tyler Hero right now to just take some of that pressure off, as well as a secondary ball handler. I mean, right now you got Max Strus having to run point guard, which means he can't spot up for jumpers because he's playing point guard. So, I mean, I think Tyler Hero can definitely assist with putting Max Strus back in the corner, putting Duncan back where he's supposed to go. And now Jimmy can play more of a post game, and Tyler can be more, I think, effective for the Heat offense. I think they need him. Like, need him bad.
I don't know if you can say that, though, because they stole the game. It's 1-1.
But
it's not
0-2. What did they do, though? You just said it. They stole it.
No, they stole the game. I meant because they on the road. I don't mean they just got lucky and got a tip-in win. No, they stole it on the road.
But Denver lost that game last night.
I think Miami won it in the fourth quarter. I think Miami won that fourth quarter game because it's not like we seen Jokic have 12 turnovers and 4 points. The man had 40. Like
he did his 40.
I can't say Denver lost,
but he had 4 assists. A guy who averages 12 assists had 4.
I'm not telling you putting up 40 is I lost the game. That's all I'm saying. I think they just beat him. But the dynamic of bringing Tyler Hero back is and Eric Spoelstra is going to do what he does, and he's been coaching the hell of a playoff run. So
I mean, it's definitely leave it to the $1 million man for sure. But I think either way, moving forward in the series, come Wednesday, I think Heat have a formula now to beat Denver, though. I do think they have a formula. Add a lot of ball pressure on the other ball handlers that aren't Jokic. Even Malone was a little worried about the discipline, last night. So I think a lot of ball pressure on the non-Jokic players and making Joker a dominant scorer. I can't think of many big men that have just scored 50 without a guard helping them out and being able to get the title. So I think if you make Joker be uncomfortable, make him have to shoot 25 plus shots a game, then you have a chance to win a series because he's not a guy, he's not a Kobe or an Iverson, a guy who wants to shoot 25 shots. Joker doesn't really want to shoot 25 shots.
I think that offense. I don't know if it's a blueprint, just because if it was a blueprint, I feel like so many other teams would have done the same thing. I think I think it's a wrinkle. I think there's going to be just different looks they continue to throw at it. It's not going to be the same thing. Miami's not going to keep giving Denver the same looks, because if they did, they're in the finals for a reason. They're going to eat it up. Whether it's
Oh,
whether
definitely.
it's yeah. So I think they'll continue to throw different looks out there, and and hopefully, basically, hopefully they miss some shots, because Jokic is getting them guys open shots. He's probably not going to score 40
Hopefully not.
every game ahead of this, but I think it's a wrinkle in there, and I think this series is not just players, but this is like a coach's chess matches right now.
Yeah, 100%. And the interesting thing, like you said, other teams would do it, but Miami's personnel is very unique. And I think that's why Spoelstra can do what you said he's going to do, throw a lot of different looks at them. I think Miami's in a position where other NBA teams aren't in, where they actually got seven guys, 8 guys that don't mind playing defense. Like, that's in the NBA, you can't find another roster where there's 7 dudes who actually take pleasure in playing D. And Jimmy Butler loves playing defense. He talks about it all the time. And everyone else is going to follow when your best player loves to play defense. So I think Miami's in a very unique situation where they got 7 to 8 guys that are hungry to trap. That they're excited to trap. Most guys are excited to come off a pick and roll, get a couple of jumpers. I think Miami looks forward to getting back on D. Let's get into a half court trap, 2-3 zone, 3-2. I think they enjoy that whole part of the game plan. I think Malone's going to have his hands full, like you said. In this chess match, he's going to get one of the best proven, X and O guys in the league.
Mm-hmm. It truly is a chess match, because he's no slouch himself. He's gonna throw different things out there. He's gonna put different bodies in there, and ultimately, I think that size of Denver is gonna cause problems that Spoelstra has to work around. You can't teach size.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, the funny thing is, while I'm saying that Miami has this blueprint, right? If I'm Denver, I change 0. If I'm Denver, I'm not changing anything from after what happened last night. We're going to come out and play our same basketball, and hopefully guys can make more shots. They shot 38% from downtown. Miami also hit like 18 threes. So, if I'm Denver, I'm not really worried about it. But if I'm Miami, I'm definitely telling my guys, we figured out how to crack the code.
Yeah. So
chess match for sure.
This is what we want. That's what we want in the NBA Finals. So I'm with it.
I know you're going with Miami. How many games? At no point in asking who you taking. I know you with Miami. It's too late to jump ship. So.
Oh no, man. I'm still rolling with Miami, man. I'm gonna go 6 games. I'm gonna go 6 games.
6.
I don't think it's not gonna be pretty. And that's okay. I think it's gonna be some close games, and like I said, that's what I'm rolling with. Who's your pick and why?
So I think the most popular pick would probably be Denver in the gentleman's sweep in 5, honestly. Mm-hmm. But something about this Miami team, man. Something about this Miami team. I didn't bet against them twice the last 2 podcasts. I'm gonna go Miami in 7. I really do. It's just really something about this Miami team. Eric Spoelstra's been here before. Miami's been here before as an organization. I don't think that they're going to – Kyle Lowry's a proven champion. I just don't think they're going to be as worried about the moment as Denver is. I think Miami's playing with 0 to lose. They're the number 8 seed. Ain't even supposed to be here. I think all the pressure's on the Denver Nuggets to win this series. I think Miami's playing with house money at this point. And Jimmy Butler just does not seem like a guy – that I want to play against with house money. I need his money to at least be a part of the deal we doing, because he just seems like the type of guys who take advantage of the situation. That's the type of dude he seems like, and I think that's what he's here for. He's he told his guys after the last series, Rucker Park, we can play on top of a ship. It don't matter if we can play on the moon. We ready to hoop, and I think his guys really believe that. I think that Miami Heat team really believes that they're the best team in the NBA. And that's scary for a group of guys who aren't supposed to be here. That's a scary sight. So I gotta go Miami in 7.
Okay, so we on the same page this go around.
Yeah, we're on the same page here. I'm done betting against Hemi Butler, man. I'm not doing that no more. He done made me look stupid on my own podcast twice, so I'm a chill.
Man, you know he gonna catch you at the family reunion.
For real, right? Oh man! So another news, we got a bunch of coaching swaps going around the NBA as well.
Yeah.
On the season finale, might as well wrap that up and kind of see what that looks like moving forward. So let's start off in the hometown Detroit. Former coach of the year Dwayne Casey gets the boot. You bring in the next coach, a former coach of the year, Monty Williams. How we feel about that? 6 years, 80 million, 78 million.
Man, Monty Bag Williams, that's his name.
You get him as buffs.
It's,
Put him on him.
man, I think there's obviously a lot of money, but a lot of teams are really running to go coach a team in the Midwest. Or a lot of players are not really running to the Midwest to play for. Uh, but I think he's a culture builder, and I think that's what we need with this young Detroit team. So I think
Yeah.
that's why it might be a little bit of an overpay. A guy who's went to the finals, a culture builder, had success. And he's not just a X and O guy. He's really focused on making sure like players are like good people and keeping their nose clean.
I was gonna say it's of course 80 million, tons of money, But hey, man, yesterday's price is not today's, and like the market isn't what you're worth anymore in the NBA. We're proving that. There's some average guys are getting 100 million a year right now. So the market ain't your talent. The market is what everything else around you is. So hey, 80 million is what it takes to get money. I'm cool with it. I don't know if he's the NBA champion coach for the Pistons, but I think what you just said he will be. He'll be what Dwayne Casey was supposed to be. He's gonna develop these guys and get a good foundation. So even if it is his by the time he's done with his 5-6 years, but if not, they're in a position where the next coach can come in and get him over that promised land. But I think, like you say, he's a builder of man. He's a well-respected coach, culture builder. I think all those things are what this young Detroit team needs. And I think he can get this team into the playoffs probably consistently. I think I can expect from Monty. We saw him do great things in New Orleans when he was there with a very young team and kind of building a culture there. I kind of see that for Monty. I don't know if he'll get us a ring, but I think he's going to put Detroit kind of like back on the path of like not tanking, because this year was kind of took a little back step a little bit.
I'd agree. And I'm looking forward to it this year.
Houston, obviously, Steven Silas got the boot. They bring in Ime Udoka. Besides the strip club issue in Houston, how do you think Udoka is going to be in Houston as far as a coach on the court?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little interested because I think their roster is really young. Like really,
Yeah.
I think they're a little too young to be honest. So I'm really interested there. I think he's a great guy, and bringing a new voice in there is probably gonna uh you know uh strengthen things for them as well. Gonna giving a new voice for the young guys, and hopefully that gets them playing winning basketball. But I think that roster right now is really young, and it's going to probably be some changes this offseason.
Yeah, man. They got the lottery pick, top 3 pick, I think, so that kind of makes it a little bit better. But I'm actually worried for Udoka in this signing here. I mean, this is one of those jobs like if you're not able to get in at least a play-in game in like a couple of years, you start to become a coach who really hasn't done much. Plus this off the court issue, you can find yourself not being able to get like another job without going back to the assistant role. So like I'm a little worried honestly for him taking this job in Houston, because I feel like he just took like the Cleveland Brown job back in the day. Like the upside there is just really not there. Like you can get the boot here. So I'm a little worried about that, to be honest.
I think we got to acknowledge that he chose this job as well. So
Oh yeah, he definitely chose it.
and not only that, there's also rumors about his coaching staff in Boston traveling with him. So that'll be that's pretty
That'd be
good
huge.
to have a stronger foundation, as well as we got the rumors of James Harden coming back, and
I mean,
maybe they can tear the shaker. Maybe they can tear the shaker up together.
bro, I'd be so mad if I was coaching in Boston and after the season ended, you told me you taking all these dudes who I just went to the Eastern Conference Finals with. Now you taking the rest of them with you because you got a job now. That's crazy, bro. That's
Hey,
great. Hey, the game is
I mean,
sick.
they left. You seen a Twitter post that like, yo, it's some baddies out in Houston, y'all.
Hey, I'm picking Houston over Boston every day of the week, 2 times on Sundays. Don't get it twisted. I'm out of here.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
We out of here. Philadelphia. Doc Rivers gets the can. I hope he retires, man, for he tarnishes his great legacy that he kind of has. Income Nick Nurse. About time for Philly. About time. I think this was the writing on the walls. I think Doc knew it when it was over. I mean, you can't lose 3 times in the Eastern Conference Finals and keep your job. Yeah, I'm happy. Nick Nurse. I guess is what I would say.
Yeah.
A new voice. So I guess.
I think Nick Nurse is gonna bring a different style of play with him.
Yeah.
Obviously the biggest thing is gonna be what happens with James Harden. Is he stay? Is he gone? Is he at the shaker joint with Udoka in Houston? So I think that's the biggest thing, and I think Nick Nurse can probably change Joel's game a little bit, and I'm curious to see what that looks like. As an MVP, scoring leader, and I think that's a good hire, and I'm just really curious on that.
Yeah, I think that one has one of the most upsides to it as far as what could happen. I have no idea. I mean, Nick Nurse has got an NBA title. He did help develop Pascal Siakam wonderfully, honestly. A whole different player than when he came into the draft. So, yeah, Philly for me, this one was just like, okay, I can see some hope when you guys took this signing. Good job. I'm happy with it. Milwaukee Bucks, we know Budenholzer got the boot. They brought in the assistant coach from Toronto, right? Griffin.
Yeah, Adrian Griffin. Which we haven't seen much. We don't know about. So
I don't know.
They gotta be pretty confident in him as a coach to fire the championship coach and hire an unproven coach before. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. The players signed off on it, so we're gonna see where we get a different looking Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, that could be kind of like the it's very interesting though, because like you said, at least they won an NBA title like 2 years ago. It wasn't like Philly and Doc where they were like continue to hit the same wall of not getting past somebody. I mean, Milwaukee just won, and honestly, one could argue if Giannis was completely healthy this series and Middleton didn't miss 40 games in the regular season, it could have been a different playoffs for them. So like, I don't know if the Budenholzer fire was like, I didn't see that coming. I was a little shocked.
I don't think we really hold that against Milwaukee just because Giannis was hurt. The man would miss 3 of the 5 games, so
yeah, Jimmy was Jimmy too.
I don't think you really can hold that. I think that was just they were probably just kind of tired of Budenholzer.
New voice.
So new voice. But who says that? That seems like an internal thing, Like you said, you won a championship, so
yeah. We know what that means. Some went wrong when you ain't keep somebody happy, and there's only one player you got to keep happy in Milwaukee. So the writers on the wall there. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see where Budenholzer goes. That's the type of guy that might take a year off like Frank Vogel and then come back and get a fat job after.
Yeah, it's and the NBA's recycling the same coaches anyway, so he's definitely going to be back on the bench for sometime soon.
Speaking of recycle, last but not least, Frank Vogel to Phoenix to replace Monty Williams. You go first, man. You go first.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of like I guess type of hire with all respect to Frank Vogel, but it's like you fired Monty Williams for what particular reason? I don't think coaching is their issue in Phoenix. So power Frank Vogel, I think is a solid hire. It would be cool, but like
I don't know. Yeah, is Frank is Frank known as a coach to manage personalities? I mean, I mean, he's definitely not some X and O great guy. I mean, it wasn't like that's what got them done in LA. Mm-hmm. Definitely a good defensive coach, which Phoenix lacks a ton of. So I can see that hire, but I mean, maybe Frank is known with personality helping, because like you said, it ain't putting the ball in the basket that's a problem for Phoenix. It's not like you can coach Phoenix offensively. It's not much to coach there, but it's the other stuff they got to figure out.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago they were in the finals, so it's like I don't think it's just like 2 years ago, not when we were in the finals, they had one of the best defenses in the league, which, chipping off Mikal Bridges probably hurts, but, KD is still a great defender, and I don't think their problem is coaching.
It's basketball karma for what they did to DeAndre Ayton. That's what I think.
You think they did something to Ayton?
They did Ayton wrong with that whole contract thing, man. They did Ayton wrong. They wait till this man signed to the Pacers, and then you want to match the contract. The same money he been begging y'all for years. Then y'all gonna say, we don't want you no more. You're not worth it. And then go ahead and match. And then go ahead. But they matched it though. That's the thing. I wouldn't have paid them.
That's business. That's business.
Yeah, it is business. So now
I can't leave you for nothing.
It is business. So now DeAndre Ayton. Now you're dealing with a personal situation, in my opinion, based off of a business decision you made. I think they made a business decision, which is fair, but I think you gotta be ready for personal ramifications that come from that said business decision. I don't think Ayton wants to be in Phoenix. I don't think he has shown any love to Phoenix since that situation. Honestly,
do you think he wants to play?
He wants to get paid. You said?
I said, do you think he wants to play though?
He definitely wants to hoop. I think he wants to hoop. I think he wants to be elsewhere. I think like the grapes were spoiled. I think it's a sour taste from the situation.
Either way it goes, I'm mad I'm playing here. I still got a job to do. Because I agree. Before he got put out, KD was leading us in rebounding. And we couldn't count on him to get a double-double, which is I paid you this money.
He was getting 6-7 rebounds, So that's all I'm saying. Like, he don't got the same burning desire that I saw, at least in their run to the finals 2 years ago. And only thing I can think about is that situation. I mean, they talked about how Chris Paul had to motivate him again to get back in the game. And like you said, if another grown man got to motivate me to do what I love to do, then that's the situation from the start. And that came out.
If possible, we don't have to scrap some of this Ayton talk just because, I don't want to publicly slander the man, but
I'm not slandering. I think he don't want to be there, and I just think
I will. That's what I'm saying. I will. I'm because Dogden did the same thing 2 years back to back, where Monty Williams had to bench him. You see the clips of Devin Booker, Chris Paul yelling at him while playing hard. That's just respecting the game. If you can't respect the game, you
that's
can't
what
play.
I'm saying. And I'm just thinking.
But he don't have no excuse. That was before the contract.
He wanted that money, and they was playing hard to get. That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't give him his deal. They was like, "You're not really worth it yet." Blah 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 blah. And he probably I'm the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. That's probably what he thinking. I'm worth all of it.
Is he a top?
Oh, I'm with you. I
center?
agree. No, I agree with you, and I agree with Phoenix. I agree with you and Phoenix.
This sounds bad, but with all due respect, I'm taking Walker Kessler over him.
100%. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I honestly think Phoenix has went wrong at. They paid him that money, so not only now are they in a cap issue, but he don't even want to be there, and you paying him this money. You could have scrapped this dude for an average rim runner. Nick Richardson could give you what DeAndre Ayton give you.
I mean, they basically
did.
They had Jock Londale playing over him, and like you said, no disrespect, but I've never heard of Jock Londale until this playoff series. So I think that's when we talk about their defense. I think that's him. I think
it's gonna be that's true. Your interior, your interior motor. It's gonna be a long offseason in Phoenix, man. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know if Frank Vogel figure this out, he a bad boy. If Frank come in there and get this figured out, he cold.
The tough aspect is though, he kind of hurting himself. Nobody wants. Who's gonna trade for him?
Oh, it's tough now. People don't. It's like you said, it's kind of flipped now. You're not even selling yourself to be sold to other teams. It's like, I don't want that guy. Like you said, you're not motivated. How you lack motivation with a contract that big, doing what you love to do,
and a chance to go to the finals.
A real chance.
You got KD and Devin Booker on your team fighting for their lives, averaging 35 apiece.
My man gave us 12-8, bro. My man gave us 12-8 in the playoff, man. That ain't gonna cut it. That's all I'm saying. That ain't gonna cut it.
The opposing center giving us 50-point triple doubles.
Yeah, no, that ain't it. That ain't gonna do it, man. Hey, that's enough of Anomaly, y'all. Y'all gonna take this one to the bank with y'all. That's the season finale. We gotta go out of the right way. But
Man,
NBA Finals, I can't wait to see how this all wraps up.
man, I got Miami in 6. Looking forward to a week. It's gonna be a long off season. Let's say that it's gonna be a long off season,
It's gonna be busy,
and
man.
I'm looking forward to just quality basketball. No narratives, just good basketball being played. It's a chess match right now.
Yeah, chess match right now. Say the narratives for the offseason, but it's going to be a bunch of them. Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Is LeBron James really going to retire? It's going to be an offseason full of popcorn and garbage. I tell you that right now. Oh, man, it's been a great season, man. Season 2 of Anomaly, that's a wrap. DF, man, best co-host in the world, man. I appreciate you taking time all season to kick the ballistics with me, bro.
Oh, man, of course, man. I love to be here. Love Anomaly tag. So go check that out.
Until next season, y'all. Peace.
Anomaly, a podcast presented by Sports Time with my